I don't remember how I found this street, just that the rain sounded like code, tapping secrets into the stones. The sign shouldn't have been there. Time and whimsy. I'd never seen it before, but somehow I knew it was waiting. The knob was warm, breathing, almost. My hand hovered like it knew the cost. Something behind this door was alive and watching me. It smelled like memory, like dust and thunder. Every object had a heartbeat. This wasn't a shop, it was a mausoleum of what we've lost, or tried to forget. And there it was, not hidden, just waiting. A watch ticking backward. It gleamed like it knew my name, like it had always known. I didn't mean to move. My body just followed the ticking. Every step peeled back the present. I saw myself reflected in 1,000 timelines, but none of them were now. I touched the glass. Time answered. It hummed into my skin cold, electric, like the future, or the past, was waking up. My breath caught. My eyes burned with stars I didn't know. I felt the present unravel, thread by thread, inside my bones. The shop began to breathe. The clocks fell silent. Time stopped, except for the watch, and in that stillness, it spoke without sound, without mercy. You are the one.
Long before kingdoms rose, beneath the skin of the earth, a guild moved unseen. The horologium. They believed time was not a measurement, but a creature, alive, breathing, bleeding. They were engineers of the impossible, silent priests of the unseen. Through equations only the stars could sing, they began the ritual, from shards of fallen stars and whispers not meant for ears. They forged not a machine, but a vessel, a mirror to time's very pulse. And, at its heart, paradox, light that remembers darkness, a core of infinity beating like a newborn star. They did not claim it. They named it, the Timekeeper. And then, as if swallowed by the very breath of time, they were gone. Time remembers what men forget. The watch endured, waiting, until now.
Nothing moves here, except memory. This watch doesn't count seconds, it counts eras. Let stillness become a weight. Look closer, it's not a watch. It's a story carved into the bones of time. Epoch, reign, cataclysm. I read it before it ever began. Every use tears something loose. Memories bleed forward. The war, her face, the fall. It's all coming back, too fast. Do it. Push the dial, change the moment. Even if it breaks me, I'm inside the mechanism now. Past selves, future selves, all flickering. Time folds, reality burns. It takes something every time. My mind, it's fraying. That voice, I've gone too far. That reflection, it isn't me. Older, emptier. I've lost more than time.
Year 1453. The walls of Constantinople breathed their last. She came with the wind barefoot, silent, eyes lit with futures no child should carry. She pointed to the walls not in fear, but certainty. A child, yet her words carried centuries. They laughed, mocked her visions. Until the wind changed, then came the breach. Flame rained, walls cracked, time itself twisted in the fire. In the candlelight she appeared again, not in flesh, but reflection. She was never meant to remain. The monk drew her. He had to. The watch beneath her hand ticked in reverse, and with every stroke, he forgot what time was. The ink pulsed blue, the watch turned, and the wind whispered, she was not of now.
Across the folds of history, the watch passed from hand to trembling hand, not by choice, not by fate, but by need, and in its glow, time whispered back. He saw the layers, memory as electricity, time as resonance. He did not invent the remembered. One hand moves forward, one rewinds, one never moves. Time is not a line, it is a chord. He fled not from war but from what was coming, from what only he could see. Cities in ash, screens that blink instead of breathe. Their eyes never met, yet the burden was shared. Echoes layered like prayer, like warning. She died 100 times, But each time she heard her child's first cry, and so she pressed again. The watch does not judge, it only shows. What you do, that is your burden.
In a quiet house, where golden leaves whispered secrets to the wind, he waited. Night after night, with trembling hands and fading time, he wound the watch chasing the smile that once said goodbye. Each night he returned, not to the present, but to a memory stitched in time. A photograph, a whisper, a glow. She always smiled, never knowing he'd seen it 1,000 times, and would 1,000 more just to hold it again. He looped the same goodbye, hair growing silver, eyes losing light, but her smile untouched by time. In that final second, she sees him, as if it's the first time, always the first time. But tonight, the watch hesitates. The gears stall, time resists. And then, nothing. The chair is empty. The watch, silent. Only the ticking of absence. A note remained, faded, glowing like the past. 4 words carved across 1,000 nights. She smiled every time.
Time sleeps here, but not forever. Under dust and shadow, something breathes beneath the glass. He is no owner, only a guardian. He's watched kings fall and cities burn, but he has never touched the watch. And then you enter. Not by accident, not today. The watch remembers. It chooses. It speaks. Not in words, but in time. Time bends around decision. Even the walls know who you are. To touch it is to remember what hasn't happened yet. Will you claim time or be claimed by it? It begins again with you. Will you change the past, witness the truth, or become a memory yourself?
Your fingers brush the bronze shell. Time halts. An eternal second of silence. The world pauses, holding its breath. Then, like the breath before a storm, it begins again. Your fingertips meet the cold bronze. A spark ignites. Time is no longer yours. The watch knows you, as you now know it. A single drop of ink hangs mid-air, the lamp's flame frozen. For one eternal second, the world is held still. You stand between what was and what is to be. The second hand jerks, time's pulse surges backward. The watch remembers, and you must follow. The world unravels, walls stretch and twist, memories fade. This is not your world anymore, it is something else. The veil of time parts. Before you, history and the future await. Each moment is a doorway, and you must choose where to step. You are no longer part of time, but time is part of you. The path ahead stretches endlessly, through past, present, and future.